What's up, everybody? Statistic here, and I'm going to put a non-standard coil in this atomizer. This one right here. The one in the center of the shot right here. I'm going to document it, and I hope I don't get in any trouble or anything, but we're going to do it because it's my REO. I'll vape it how I want to. I like using 26 gauge nichrome. It's fun. It's nice and thick, low resistance. It's good stuff. We're going to go for a 10 wrap on a 1/16 inch drill bit. Alright, so make the wire glow with the lighter all the way down. I've already done it to this one, but you know, just make it orange and then go all the way down the wire. That's how I do it. We're going to wrap it onto the drill bit. Start off, just hold them next to each other, side by side, right? Give it a wrap or two so it sort of starts to grab the bit. And then once you're about there, start wrapping it tight. Put a lot of tension on the wire. It's almost like you're trying to wrap the next coil over the previous one. Alright, I'm going for 10, and you see I just accidentally did it. Here's something that'll help. If you accidentally do make one wrap overlap another coil, don't try and back it off. Put tension on it, pull the bit away from the wire to unroll it. That way you won't deform any of the coil you've already got on there. And then just keep going. So I wrap more coils than I want, so I can pull them off from either side to get down exactly where I want to be, and it'll be a nice and tight coil. All right. $17. little overboard there. So yeah. So I'm gonna take 7 wraps off of this coil, and I'm gonna do it by grabbing a leg with the pliers and just pulling the drill bit straight away. So I noticed a little gap right around here, so I'm gonna take 4 off this side. I'm gonna take 5 off this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll take one off this side too. Alright, okay, that should have us at 11. It does. Do another quick look at it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty nice. So I'll take half and half. Take half off that end, and then half off this end. Alright, so now we've got 10 wrap, 26 gauge, 1/16 inch inside diameter coil. I'm going to put a curve in the legs. Alright, I'm going to cut this one down. That was way too much wire. Cut it down. I'm going to put a curve in that leg too. Alright, so that ought to make installing the coil easier. Alright. Leave the coil on the drill bit when you put it in here so it doesn't lose its shape. Push it in, and then I'm just gonna sort of, you know, set it right out there at the edge. There's no battery in here, alright? I'm gonna set it right out the edge. Tighten these posts down. Alright. And then there, we've made some progress. Alright, still needs a little tweaking. So what I do, put the screwdriver back in, so it keeps its shape still. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of pressure on either leg to tighten up that coil, make it tight on the bit, make it look pretty. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, so it's nice and snug. We're not going to cut off the legs just yet. So we're going to go ahead, you know, the leg, neither leg is touching the rim or each other, so we're good there. We're going to go ahead and put the battery in it. And I'm going to fire this thing. And when it does, this is the first time I've captured one of this on video. So unless it's different than every other time I've done it, this coil is going to be shorting out on itself all over the place. And at first, I'm just going to give it a single pulse, just to give it some heat. All right. See what happens. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. All right. Yep. Okay, so we're going to fire it and then squeeze it, and then fire it and squeeze it. And we're never going to be firing it and squeezing it at the same time, or your pliers will short the coil, and it's bad news. So I'm going to hold them, you know, nearby. I'm going to fire it, squeeze the coil in a little bit. Alright. I'm going to fire it again, squeeze it again. And we're going to do this until the coil glows nice and even. When a lot of it starts to glow, you're going to want to hold it, you're going to want to squeeze it and then hold it until it cools down so it sets the shape. When it's early, just kind of like pinch on it. And you'll have to, grab it at some different angles. Remember, I'm never touching the wire with the pliers and hitting the button, ever, at the same time. All right. That's it. That's all there is to it. This coil is ready to be wicked. Yay. All right. So now I'll trim the legs off the top, and the reason I fold them over because I saw P did do it. And I figured it was a clean look and blah, blah, blah. But then I realized, there are some benefits to it. And I said on the forum, yeah, whatever. Okay. Right. That's how we like it. All right. So now I'm going to take a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of coil. Cotton. This coil is going to take a minute to cool. So, and I mean, it's not perfect. You can see some really tiny gaps in between the coils. Going to take, and this is about how much cotton I use, all right? This is about the size of the pinch before it's rolled up, and then this is about how I roll it up, about how tightly I roll it up, all right? I'm going to take this, and just thread it through. It's not really wound very tight. It might look like I'm stuffing it, but I don't know. That works for me. So, cut off the excess. All right. Tuck it down, next to the posts or whatever. Down on the inside of the edge of the base. Squonk it. Squonk, squonk, squonk. Get it wet. Let it soak. It's ready for vaping. It is. It's ready. That was a 14-minute fumble of a video, and we're already ready to vape. Pretty nice coil here, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty pleased with it. I have no complaints with that. So, that's it. I'm gonna go have a vape now. Thanks for watching.